Peace and high frequencies, everyone. Just finishing my workout, but I wanted to get this message out about the dream last night because it was some very interesting aspects of it. And I want to make sure that I talk about it before my day gets started and I'm all over the place. So one of the things, the biggest thing that occurred in my dream that I want to talk about is the fact that I had a dream about vampires. This is not first dream I've had about vampires. Vampires are a reoccurring energy in my dream. But last night, these were vampires that were very familiar. And it felt like a vampire energy that I knew. I'm gonna give you the overall dream, and then I'm gonna give you my synopsis of it. And so in the dream, it felt like people that I knew I was close to, or maybe family members or friends or somebody that I knew, and I was literally trying to fight these vampires, but wherever I went, they showed up. And so these vampires were showing up, but I was figuring out ways. Each time I was trying to figure out ways in order to kill these vampire energies. And I remember being like on this building or at top of this building, and this vampire energy was coming towards me, and it had an arrogance to it, like, you're not gonna kill me, like, you might as well give up, blah, 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 blah. And I had this long sword, and I was trying to protect somebody else, because it just wasn't me, but it was somebody else that I knew that they were trying to come and attack as well. And I had this long sword, but the end of it wasn't like a blade. It was chiseled a little bit, like a knife or something. It had, like, the ridges were different. And I was trying to take this huge sword and come down on the shoulder of the vampire. And I continued to, like, try to attack this vampire. And the more that I tried to attack, it was like I felt the resistance within me of not being able to fully, like, eradicate this vampire for whatever reason. It was like it's almost similar to how, you know, you feel like you're fighting in a dream, but it feels like you're fighting underwater. My energy to try to come against this vampire kind of wasn't as strong as it normally is in my dream. Now, the next thing that happened in the dream was the fact that I got in between this physical realm here and the dream state. And I had the opportunity, if I wanted to come out of the dream or to stay in there and fight. That was the thing that was extremely different about this dream and then other dreams in which I've had about vampires. And so even if there was like this little hole of opportunity that I had where I could just, like, you can go through here and be out of the dream and wake up. I chose not to. I chose to stay in the dream and continue to fight these vampires. And as I continued to fight, and I said, I'm not giving up. Like, I was still coming against them. And each time that I was saying I wasn't giving up and I was still fighting them, I felt myself gain momentum. I felt myself get stronger each time that I continued to go through with it. And then eventually, of course, I woke up. I eventually came out of the dream, but I didn't come out without a fight. I was still fighting. And I didn't feel any type of way. Like, I didn't feel like, ooh, I was just in a bad dream, or ooh, I just had a bad dream, or anything like that. Like, it didn't, you know how you'll wake up and be like, ooh, I had a bad dream. Like, no, I woke up, was like, that was interesting. And I was really trying to figure out what caused this to occur. So when I woke up, of course, I went into meditation. And in my meditation, I did a Reiki full moon meditation, which put my mind and my body at ease, which was good. I needed it. Okay, so here's the synopsis. Here's my take on the dream and what the dream meaning was for me. For one, the vampire energy was the energy or these entities or these thought processes that live in my subconscious mind. These are aspects of me that I am actively working to eradicate out of my being. And they can be from spiritual attachments that have occurred through sexual connections with other people in my current lifetime and also in other lifetimes. I'm not just talking about me here in this physical realm as Blackfoot Witch, but as other existences that I've had within this cyclical existence of, coming in, going out, my past me, my future me, my present me, all of us within different dimensions as well have encountered other beings. I don't know, but I have attached, I know, but I don't know. I can't say that I don't know all the way, but I have connected to a particular entity or entities that have this energy, and this energy got attached to me. And it also could be from generations, because the sins of the father is laid upon the children. So whatever we ask for it, in a way, but whatever our parents have been connected with and attached to, and they have done in their lives, it also flows over into us in our bloodline, because we are attached to them through, of course, DNA, through our bloodline. And so what I'm saying is that from whichever circumstances, or it could be a connection of all those things, because remember I said that I felt like I was protecting people that were close to me, but yet I was also fighting these vampire energies that felt like they were close to me too. So on both instances, these entities that I were fighting are a part of me, and however they became connected to me, it could be a variety of things that have occurred, and I've already named a few. And so I didn't want to give up in the dream, because by me giving up and only seeing it as, oh, this is just a bad dream, I want to get out of here, I just want to wake up and come here, I'm not doing the work. And we have to understand that we just don't do the work here with meditation and crystals and altars and chants and all of that we do the work there too. And whatever that we trying to call in here, we may not be able to call it in here and manifest it into this reality, because we so shaky and so scared of what's going on in the dream realm that we not facing shit head on like we need to. We need to be over there like straight up warriors, like we care about our past selves, our future selves, our other selves in other dimensions, our children in this physical realm, our children's children, and all of the different aspects of ourselves, no matter how it's replicated. All right. And so we need to understand that we're fighting those entities. So I don't want people to look at, I'm having a bad dream, because I didn't even see it as a bad dream. I saw it as an opportunity. And so when it presented itself, when the little dimension of time that occurred where I could slip through and come back and wake up, when that happened, it was like a little sliver of time when that happened. And I just, I was like, I declined it. I was like, no, I'm staying here. I'm fighting. So I was in the middle of fighting, and that happened. And this vampire being was like in my face, and I could feel its energy swarming around me and, trying to take over me. And I was just like, no, because my energy and my knowing, I'm stronger than you. It ain't nothing you can do that can harm me. I'm staying here and I'm fighting you to the end. I'm going to eradicate you. And that was my thought process. So, yeah, sorry about that. But, okay, going back to it. So, I don't want people to think when you have bad experiences in dreams, when you because I had this come up when I had a video last year that I posted talking about nightmares, and I had people responding to that, and I was giving tips on what you need to do when you wake up from it. But one of the things that you need to start working on, even in this reality, if you feel energies in your house, if you feel like beings are watching you, or entities, or maybe other realms, because there's energies and entities that visit us from other realms and other dimensions, okay? And some of them aren't favorable. Some of them are, not light beings. Some of them are dark energies, and some of them are in between. Some of them are dark and some of them are light. Some of them are in between energies. And so with that being said, what I want to tell you is that you cannot just run away from not solving the problem. Okay, so when you need to start facing those energies and those entities. So when you at home and you feel like something in your house, or if you out and about and you feel like somebody or something is watching you, confront that energy. First, you confront it here, because this is really where it's coming from. First, you confront it in your mind. First, you confront it in your mind, and you just like, hey, first of all, you're not stronger than me. You're not more powerful than me. You're not strong. What do you want? Why are you here? And if you feel any type of energy, or if you feel like, they are trying to come against you, be like, no, you got to go. You can't be here. And we can do this the easy way, where you can leave now, easy, and get out like I'm telling you to. Or we can do this the rough way, and you're going to have to really fight yourself to get out. Like, you got to have a mental power about it. Like, you are God. And that's the thing. Y'all can't be afraid of nightmares and dreams when you God. You can't. And you can't go around here in this waking state and be like, oh, I'm God, I am God, and Hotep, and I'm this and I'm that, and I'm goddess, and you God, and I see the God in you, and I'm divine energy, and y'all saying all of this stuff, and love and light and crystals and all that, and then when you go to sleep and you have a bad dream, you wake up like, oh my God, it was so bad. But you just was saying you all this and all that. Step into it. You gotta be God here, and you gotta be God there. You God everywhere. Ain't nothing more powerful than you. So I woke up with this power of like, I took that shit on. And that lets you know how far you've progressed in your mind of where you are with actually knowing what you're saying. You can't run away. Like I've told you all before, I think like last year, I told you all before about talking to succubus. All right? Talking to these vampires. I've talked to a vampire in my dream. I've talked to a succubus in my dream. I talked to these entities. I started talking to these entities like 2 years ago. And when I started talking to them, they did not have any more power over me. And now, Black last night with this vampire, baby, you have no power over me. You gonna die. You can leave out of here the easy way or the hard way. So that was the dream last night. That is my synopsis. I want you all to claim your power in all realms. These energies have no power over you, and they're gonna come against you here and there. We gotta know it's just not here. We don't battle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, spirits of higher realms and dimensions, and all of this that it says in the Bible. And we know this. So most of them that we're going to incur are going to be that we possibly can feel and see is going to be in the dream state. All right. So stay up, stay aware, claim your power, and stay in peace, and always high frequencies.